All right, well, today, I don't know. It just feels like we've gotten off to a odd start. I think my brain is on lock or something. But since it rained yesterday, there's kind of a delay in getting started today with beans, but I think everybody's going pretty good now. So I'm gonna take my truck over there and hopefully I can be done with beans by the end of today. So that's my plan, and we'll get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This is the 880 Ford that we bought last year, not quite a year ago, and this has been the first week we used it. So there are things like that right there that I would much like to change. That being the cable for the hoist is all the way down on the floor, and you know what I'm saying, kind of unhandy like. So anyway, it's cold again today, so I would say choke is in order. Let's see if we can't get her to start. Listen to that kitty purr, friends. Got to build some air pressure. The cold made her leak off. She's running though like a screaming demon now since we changed those plugs and wires. The old 534 cubic inch gas right there. She's letting her eat. Fuel, that is, because it'll eat you out of house and home. Took me a while to figure that there. It sounds like there's a clickety clacking happening like in this area, but it's actually the air compressor on the other side of the firewall. But it's doing its thing. Sure. Oh. Do not use clutch brake when downshifting. Do not change selector while moving in reverse. Are you kidding? Okay, so I'm learning more features of this truck. But if I push that clutch brake, which is now missing the button, it still works. I didn't think it did. So that will stop the grinding when it's standing still. Wow, that's cool. That like makes it quit right away. There we go. Come on, tandem horsey. These old grain trucks all run about the same. They have a certain sound to them, you know? I guess it's because they're geared so low. Oh, dead stop again. I probably wouldn't have to shift from all the way down because this truck will pull itself. I mean, easy. Button. There we go, we're getting better. We still got one more gear. We're gonna use it, we paid for it. guys are getting their beans out. Tuning it up made it a whole different horse. And I'm telling you what, I'm kind of liking it now. The old truck's growing on me. It's fun to drive. It feels like it's got a decent amount of power. It's hard to go back and forth between the two trucks because they shift so different, but you get used to it. And I find myself now thinking, I wish I was driving the tandem instead of the other one, so that's funny. The other way, it was the other way around for a long time. They actually had a tandem almost like this way back when, and I did not like driving that thing. And anyway, then I almost bought it from them, and then they found somebody who really wanted the aluminum bed off of it, so I said go ahead and let them have it. And so I just did without and kept using that blue truck. And now I found this one. And the only reason I quit using my little one, that 61, was because it brakes. You couldn't find brakes, you know. Boy, they look kind of pathetic on this end. Thin. They're decent size-ish, but they're just not very thick. I think we're gonna... Oh, I don't want to break off my lights. I'm thinking about backing down there further, which I've never usually done. But I usually just keep the truck up here on the hill. But I might do that just to see. I think it's solid enough that I could get back out of here even when it's loaded. We'll see how good at backing I am. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty good at backing. I put myself up against most anybody. I've backed up a school bus many a day. I had a route one time where you'd get to the end of a road and then find out it was underwater and you'd have to back up for 2 miles, so I have had some backing practice. He says as he backs into a tree, not really. The old tandem turns a little bit strange. It's not quite like the school bus, and it's not quite like the other trucks. I know the wheelbase is different, but still, it just does things a little differently. Stop with this. We'll probably pull it over a little bit more. He can still get by me there. He usually likes to make a nice, like three wide job there, so. He's back there. Yeah, these beans, I don't know. They look better than they have up here before, but they still don't impress me. But they're getting better. And as long as stuff gets better, I can't complain. There is a little bit of weed trouble in places, like down in that valley. But I didn't spray but one time this year. I was able to get through with only one spraying, so I I can't complain for everything, you know. Everything looks pretty good for what we did. I mean, these are not quite waist high. They're about, there's my wallet in my pocket, so they're right about that level there. A decent amount of pods on them, but the beans are small, you know. That's the thing where, who knows, if we'd have got another inch of rain a couple different times, it might have really made them spectacular. I don't know, but it's too late now, you know. So be happy with what you got. It's a consistent stand, it looks like, all across this field. And the only place it looks like maybe it's kind of thin, or they're probably shorter is what it is up there on the, going up those hills. That's always been the worst part of this field, is that little knobby area there. So, but we will see what they bring. Will they offset the low cost of or the low price that we're getting? I don't know, but like I said, they are what they are, and we'll take it. I would say he'll make one more circle around, because like I said, he usually likes about three passes. I would hope that that would almost be a hopper full then, but I don't know. Ah, the tandem in all its glory. At some point we need to do some better cosmetic work and service stuff and whatever. It had to prove to me that I was gonna love it before I really spent a ton of money on it. But I will say that as soon as the first check comes, I'm driving her to town and getting it measured for the roll tarp, because I meant to do that anyway, never got it done. And like a day like today, it's not supposed to rain, but you know, yesterday it wasn't really supposed to rain either, and then it rained a bunch. So it would be really nice to just be able to roll that tarp up and not worry about it in the field. So that's going to be one of the very first things that happens after harvest is done. And I guess it wouldn't even have to be after harvest is done. I could take it any time up there, have them measure it and order it, and then, you know what I'm saying. I talked to them on the phone, and they said it would probably be better if I brought it up there and let their people measure it. That way, if they screwed it all up, it was their fault, not mine. I don't know how precise the Sherlock people are. I don't know. I'm not sure if they have just set sizes or if they customize them down to an inch or what they do, but I will definitely take it to them and let them do it. Now, what is happening? Oh, I bet he's pushing up dirt. I should probably ride along and help him so he doesn't have to jump in and out all the time, because that happens every so often, especially when you go through a valley or whatever. Sometimes it gets a little bit of dirt on the cutter bar, and then it just goes to plowing, and it just seems like it keeps getting worse and worse. So anyway, we'll do some combine riding, I think, and then we'll get to see more of what it looks like everywhere else. beeps when you shut it on and off. I think you're, I bet, well, yeah, I think you're pretty well in the center, aren't you, by the time it throws it? That spout's deceiving the way it, because it actually shoots it farther than the spout, in a way.
Maybe we can get you out of here and unload it once.
Well, that would be nice. That'd be a nice...
See, when I dump in that blue truck, just a pile like that, I can't even see it from the combine.
Yeah, I think it's just a little wider, the blue one is.
Let's see now. I think I want to start at an angle somewhere.
I wonder if you want to go at an, do you want to go at an angle that way to follow the contour of that ditch? Or do you want to be crossing that ditch all the time? You know what I'm saying?
Well, if I don't follow the ditch exactly, when I get...
when you get to it, it's going to be a problem.
If I have trouble, I'll go along the ditch combine.
Make a pass, yeah. I see what you're saying. I didn't get the footage of the dumping on it again here, but I got not a totally full load, but enough that I can get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? I want to get most of it taken away before the elevator closes, and then we left. He's going to work on what's here, and that should be fine, you know. That'll fit on the truck is what I'm saying. So because there's more here than would fit on, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna get rid of this truckload so the truck's empty. This isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make this turn. I'm gonna try again. Gotta get better. Never pulled out of here with this truck before loaded. That one, there we go. been using the truck. I finally got used to it, so sure. All right, it's another day, and I've got the last load of beans on this truck. Probably won't start, but it's still kind of cold outside. Takes it a little bit to, and we don't have any air pressures, so Buddy the dog will just hang out there and look. It's still got a horn that works. I got Buddy's attention. Now, if it's like usual, something will be coming and we'll have to start over. Look out, Buddy the dog. Well, that pretty well concludes this go-round of hauling stuff, and we'll get to it later. I parked here. There was another truck just ahead of me identical to this one, and I wanted to get a good look at it again, but I don't know where he's at. He should have been coming around to get weighed and leave, and then he would pass right by here where I'm sitting, but we'll hang out here a second and see. Coming across the scale. That one looks like it might have been kept in the shed more, or maybe it wasn't used as much. I don't know. Maybe it's been repainted. That would explain that white stripe business. Because his bumper's still shiny, and I don't know. Just darn near identical truck, except mine's got an Omaha Standard, and that's a different brand of bed. Anyway, let's head this rig home. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or, if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.